Hey guys, how are you doing? This video is about the KORG DSS-1 and creating samples for it. Good to see you. Um, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Um, so this video will be about the DSS-1 sampling process. I will explain to you how I create the samples and how I export them to make them ready for copying to the USB drive, which I use on the DSS-1. The DSS-1, it's a synthesizer from the 80s, and as you might know, synthesizers from the 80s, um, they used floppies. Anyway, I used floppies with it as well, but not anymore, because the DSS-1 is upgraded now. I have a new CPU board in it, which provides it with USB functionality, and on top of that, it gives it more memory. It's added control from the board itself. The sliders, you can use it to change the cutoff frequency, for example, and you can set it up to more parameters. And it adds portamento to the machine because it doesn't have that normally. So let's dive into it. I've got Renoise loaded up. There's a VST setup, Matrix 12 by Arturia. I created a sync sound for it, which sounds a little bit like this. You can hear the sync coming in by the envelope number 2, and in the end of the sound it stays the same, so I can loop it properly on the DSS-1. I'm not going through that process on the DSS-1, I'm just going through the sampling process, but um, this makes it easier to loop the sample eventually. As you can hear the last part of the synth sound, it's uh, it's exactly the same over the waveform, right? So I need to bounce this to disk. By Renoise, I will do this by rendering the plugin to instrument, which is quite a nifty feature. So C1 to C6, change the time of the sample to 3.5 seconds, make it mono samples, and let's go. 6 samples. I'm using 6 samples right now. That's enough for demonstration purposes. Sometimes you need more, but I wouldn't recommend going over 12 because it's very cumbersome to load them in and you easily get lost on the DSS-1 itself. And also you need to keep account of the transposing settings, which I will go over in just a second when I bounce this to disk. Sorry. So when this is done, I will load them up in Cool Edit. So 3.5 seconds can take quite a while, right? All right, let's go. We can disable this and save all samples as, and this folder is fine. Let's go. So export finished, that's what it says. Let's open them, change the date created there. So you can see I was trying to do this video earlier, but then the cat came in and whatever, and it was a mess. Anyway, these samples are created as 48,000 hertz samples, mono. That's fine. But I need to resample them for the DSS-1 to work with them. 48 kilohertz, it works on the DSS-1, although the transposing settings of the sample, it's only half an octave. So I will half the sampling rate to 24,000 hertz, and this gives me a transposing setting of 1.5 octaves, more or less. So if we assign the key to C6, I can actually expand the key, the sample to the key F sharp 7. So that's 1.5 octaves, more or less. So I will run a batch job for this and add the samples to this, remove all, add files, open it, resample, change destination format 24. That's okay. 16 bits, fine. Let's override them. Makes sense, right? Output file name template. So that should be fine. So I will copy these files to the USB drive, and we'll get into the DSS-1, and I will go over the process to set up the samples in the multi-sound, and then listen to some patches I created. See you later. So samples are copied. I'm loading the DSS-1 or booting it, whatever. So I'm gonna have a look if the sounds that are on the USB disk are gonna help me. So I choose multi-sound and I want to go to get sounds. Whatever. USB not found. Let's do it again. Change it to 1 or A, whatever. Not sure if the sound is up now. Let's have a look. So there's the directory I created, and I want to go into that directory. I'm gonna load the sound for C1. So this is the length of the key of the sound, whatever. So let's load it up and see where it gets us. The DSS-1 is dusty. Right. That's what happens with synths for some fucking reason. I shouldn't swear. This should be. This is going to be on YouTube. Anyway, so the original key is C1, and the top key, that's going to be B1. Now it will automatically take the lower keys than this, and it will automatically stretch it to wherever it can, depending on the sample rate. So yes, I'm very satisfied, man. I want to have more sounds. Definitely. Yes, let's do that again. Put on the mixer so we can actually hear the sounds. Now I want to have C2. Yes, let's go. Now it automatically puts the new sample on C2 when it's done loading, of course. Yeah, let's go. Yes. C3. Enter. Change the top key, B1. So you can see that depending on the sample rate, I can actually stretch this to F4, which is pretty nice. If I downsample it a little bit more to 16,000, then I can actually span 2 octaves. Very satisfied. Yes, more sounds. So this was C3. Let's do C4. Yeah, let's keep the camera straight, right? Sorry for the shaking, right? I'm shaking, man. I'm shaking. I was doing heavy lifting this morning, so now I'm shaking. That's what happens when you lift heavy. Let's go. Yes, satisfied. More sounds. Yes, let's go. One more. And we're done. I'm hearing some sounds, but it's not set up on my machine. Just did C5. So let's go. I need 2 more sounds actually. 2 more sounds. Sounds. I want to have sounds in my DSS-1. Let's go. So there's about 32 megabytes on this machine now, which should be enough for our sound. Yes, more sounds. Let's go, more sounds. I should ask Schwarzenegger to dub this video, and he will have sounds. Okay, I should shut up, right? Talking to myself and shit. Okay, I shouldn't swear anymore. I will get fined, right, by the YouTube police. The YouTube police will fine me because I'm swearing on my sounds video. Okay, shut up now. So I'm gonna stretch this more because this is the last key. So F7 will do just fine. Sounds. Satisfied, yes. No, I don't want to have more sounds. I want to hear it. So I'm playing the keys and I'm not having sounds. So let's change that. So that's where it ends. And you don't want to believe how deep it is. How deep this sound actually is. It's freaking awesome. So I'm just gonna save this real quickly and rename it. Yes, I want to rename it. And I want to call this sync sound or whatever, dollar sound is better. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can, which is not quickly. Sync name? No, sync. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Save, yes, let's go. Now I want to save this process, of course, because otherwise I have to do it again. And now I'm gonna go into the sound and choose one, select sounds. So there's sound. I can change the sound. And I can look at the top keys of the sounds. So select sound. Sound 2, this is C2, C3, C4, C5, C6 to F7, and I can look at it, the top key again. So this is fine. So I'm gonna have a quick look on the looping if it works out. If it doesn't, don't worry, I won't go through the process then. But let's have a quick look. I'm gonna try the loop on the C3. Where my hand is, which is much more convenient. So this is I can hear the sync decay, and then it starts in a simple wave. So let's try to find this. I'm gonna change the loop setting for off, on of course, and I'm gonna look at the loop start and the loop length. So I shouldn't have to process it anyway, because I will eventually look at it if I need to, but it should be fine. So loop start. I should actually look at my computer to find the loop start, but let's go, right? Let's find auto. Not found. Yeah, that's what happens all the time. So this data entry is for samples, and this is for super samples. Yeah, right, super samples. Anyway, this is larger increments. So you can see, you can hear the loop now, but it's starting too early. It's starting in the sync now. So I'm gonna increase the start. Still there. So start and the length should be smaller. So we're back at the computer. I have my DSSS multi-sound set up, and I will let you hear the sounds I created for this machine. So let's get to the first patch. So, second patch. This is so deep, it sounds so nice. Really nice filter going on there. There's some LFO in here. So last patch I created for this. There's some digital delay in there with a slow, with a low milliseconds, so it creates a sort of flanger chorusy effect. I hope you like it, and let me know if you have any questions. And as I said, please hit me up if you want to know anything about this, and maybe I can help out. And please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.